Hello, tubers, groovers. Welcome to Take the Fair Out to Get. We are the Behringer brothers and lovers.
And we look into why Behringer didn't get the credit they deserve at the Namm show today. Is it gone dark in here or something?
It's getting darker.
Yeah.
It's getting darker. Check. Yeah.
Blackout. Yeah.
Yeah. So, check we. Behringer had probably the biggest stall at Namm. Behringer had the only new products at Namm. The most exciting stuff at Namm. And yet, if you look on YouTube, there's nothing. I said to Simon when he come round last night, I said, there's nothing about Behringer. On YouTube, nobody's really covered it.
Yeah, there's been virtually a blackout. Obviously, a shout out to Sonic State. They did the BX one, and they did some sounds. The Pro Synth Network, the Simp Samurai. We love you, brother.
Simp Samurai, man. We're going to collaborate with you, brother. We're going to get on and do a live stream with you, or at least getting your text on your live stream or something.
Yeah, we'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Because and it's a shame we weren't at the show because we would have covered the whole Behringer.
We would have covered it all, but it's a long way for us. It's America. We live in England.
But we're determined we might get there next year, and then we'll give you the full story. Because I think that hopefully Behringer will go again next year, and it'll be awesome.
I don't know if they will. I think they should. I mean, they've boycotted it for 10 years, and then they've come in this year and gone, bang, have some of that. And boy, did they go bang and have some of that.
Yeah. So,
the stigma, though, about Behringer making these things, right? We're going to go into it in detail, but there's a lot of stigma. Why? I don't understand.
Yeah, I think talking about that, really, a lot of people are, and the Simp Samurai said this, these are not clones of the original. They're not, like the LM drum. It's not a clone of the Linn drum.
It's a term of endearment.
It's like it's an inspired version of it.
Yeah, it's like we love your product so much, but we can't buy them anymore. So we're going to try and make something similar that people can not only have but afford.
Yeah, because just an example, I think, I don't know, if you could get a Linn drum, you're probably talking $5,000. There is a company,
and it's going to be dodgy.
Yeah, you never know if it's going to be work. It might need a service. There is a company. It's called the Luma one. It's an awesome piece of gear.
Done a good job on that.
They've replicated it. This would be the closest thing you call to a clone.
Yeah, that is a clone. And
if you have the money, they're $4,500.
See the difference between that and 360 quid with the Behringer one. I mean, right. So if you play in a band, you're a musician. You go in a pub, you might get 350 quid for the band. If you're lucky, you might get £500, I guess. But if that pub was to hire a PA, all the musical instruments that the band is playing, they would have to hire that PA, hire the equipment, then they'd have to hire someone to set it up, then they'd have to hire someone to play it. How much do you think that would cost? The reason I'm saying that is because the musicians get the rough end of the stick because gear's so expensive and they don't get much back in return. So what I'm saying is, Behringer are the ones that are doing it for the musician. They're the only ones doing it for the musician.
Yeah, it's basically making it affordable for everyone.
So why the hate? If you're a musician, you shouldn't hate on them. They're not ripping anyone off. They are copying. Yeah, all right, we'll get it. But they're doing it for a reason, so we can have one. Because they can't be making much money out of this stuff, surely.
I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's what everyone seems to forget is, it's your choice. You can buy the Behringer LM drum, have some fun with it for like $399, or if you've got loads of money, you can buy the copy. The nearest you'll get to it for $4,500. So at the end of the day, it's always a choice. But I think people are voting with what they're buying.
Is it the Luna? The Luna what?
Luma one, I think it's.
So he ain't getting hated on.
No,
because he's just $4,000.
$4,500.
But Behringer are getting hated on by people. Why? What's the difference? What's he doing different to Behringer? There was no sneaking under the nose. Behringer even gave Roger Linn. They gave him one, and he had the option to join them.
Yeah. I always think it's best to work with people like they did on one of the designers of the PPG Wave. They worked with the new Wave, and it's just an awesome piece of kit. And again, I think in the UK it's £569, and the other thing is it's going to work. You haven't got like an 80s machine that will probably cost you a fortune, and may not work when you next switch it on.
Here in the UK, that's the price of a new set of tyres for your car, a full set of tyres.
And the other thing about the Namm show is, which is amazing, Uli was there.
Yeah.
And he was just meeting everyone.
Yeah, doing a meet and greet.
Taking selfies with people. What an awesome guy.
We wish we'd have been there.
Yeah, it would have been lovely to be there and meet him.
Because although we're going to Germany soon at the factory, we don't know if we're going to meet Uli. I doubt we will. It'd be lovely to meet you though, Uli. Really would.
But you think how large the Behringer is with, like, you got Aston microphones, Bugera, Cool Audio, Clark Technic. It's a huge music tribe company now, and how many of the other manufacturers could you say, well, I met the head person there?
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. You don't see anyone else at NAMM, here's the head of, I don't know, Yamaha or Korg. You got the head of the music tribe company there who will meet you, talk to you, have a selfie with you. That's amazing.
I'm not having a go at anybody, but I don't understand how someone could have a problem with a firm that are making quality product for little money. We should be celebrating it, I'm sure. Shouldn't we? We should be celebrating it. Really celebrating it.
I think it's a celebration. Obviously, with your guitar pedals, like the Center, the Vibe 69.
Wonderful.
You got the new one, the Chorus Symphony, and all these other ones. And they're like £69 or less. And for any guitarist who always wanted that sound, there it is. Same with the synths, same with like PA microphones, like we're using the Behringer microphone here. Sounds amazing.
Yeah. It's a copy of the Beta 91A, and it is every bit as good as.
So,
really.
Like years ago when we started out, you couldn't afford anything. Nowadays, you can afford a little system that will get you going, whether you're recording, live, just in your bedroom. It's all there.
It could even stop the theft of equipment, right? You might think, what's he talking about, this bloke in England? What's he on about? Behringer could stop the theft of equipment. Well, the way it was, if you had a van loaded up with gear after a gig, people would follow you home. And if it was late and you just couldn't be bothered to unload the van, even though it was all locked up and everything, you'd get up the next day, it'd all be gone. Because equipment was unaffordable. Now it's affordable. And it's good.
And Joe was saying earlier, say if you had a Klon Centaur pedal there, like $4,000 or $5,000, you really wouldn't want to take it out gigging, obviously, unless you're on a big stage or that. But you could just boss your Behringer one in there.
Yeah.
And you could almost say, right, guys, here you go. Who wants it? Any guitarists out there?
Yeah,
you could have a nice little Behringer giveaway at the end of the night because it's so good value. Such good value.
It's so cheap. You could have several of them, and not worry about if anything happens to it.
Definitely.
Whereas at $5,000, which is probably the cheapest you'll get a Klon for, you wouldn't want. No, I wouldn't want to take it into a little old pub unless you're a famous band and you got like roadies to take care of everything in your own tech.
And it goes for everything, like if you're like electronica based band, you like the 808 sounds, take out an RD8, but you wouldn't take out an 808.
That's very true. It's very true.
And it goes for like all the keyboards and everything. There's such good value.
But the main gripe is they've been snubbed. Behringer have been snubbed by. I don't know if it's because they haven't been there for 10 years and then they've just turned up and gone and they've flexed. Whether that's why people have avoided them or not put them on for advertising, like on YouTube and stuff like that, or whether it's because people see what they've done as being a bit not very nice. I can't think of the proper words I'm looking for, but maybe people think it's unethical to. People will say rip somebody off, but it ain't a fake Rolex watch. It's a fake Rolex watch won't last you 5 seconds. This isn't a clone, as Simon said. These are basically a tribute to the original.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a tribute to the original, and it's every bit as good, but slightly different in its own way.
Yeah, and the other thing is, if you're on YouTube, we just discovered this. There's if you look on the settings, there's something that says stable volume. So if you turn that off on your YouTube, you'll get a slightly better sound because people are saying, "Oh, it doesn't sound this good or that good." But we've done demos on virtually everything. The grind.
I record everything at high quality here. It's i.e. our vocals and the instruments are recorded at very high quality. So if it sounds bad your end, check that. Make sure you got that automatic volume setting off because that's compressing. I've got a bit of compression here for our dialogue, so you don't want to add any more compression because then it will get wishy-washy and horrible maybe.
Yeah, and just quickly going back to the LM drum, people are saying, "Oh, it doesn't sound like the original. It doesn't sound this."
Well, it sounds like the original to me.
Well, me too. Obviously, unfortunately, we haven't got an original because they're so expensive. But for any music production, it's spot on.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't. And if you did, like people say, if you did a blind test, we've done it before with the 808, and you can't tell which one's which.
No. I think what people are saying is when they put the knobs in the exact same place, it doesn't sound the same. Well, that's fine. You just adjust until it does sound the same. Sorry to have a bit of a moan, but we're just sticking up for Behringer because we are the Behringer brothers, aren't we, dude?
We are. We certainly are. And I think they need a lot of love rather than not love.
Yeah, and we were named the Behringer brothers by Behringer themselves, and we wear that name with pride. We are the Behringer brothers on Take the Fear Out of the Gear. He is Chumley Warner.
And here's Mr. Jason Bangers.
And we hope you've enjoyed our little moan. We're looking forward to reading the comments because I'm sure we're going to get bulldozed with quite a few haters. So you tubers, we will see you on the next one. Don't forget, protect our Behringer. Ciao for now.